Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. It was a night of a good one for Manchester United as they were able to celebrate the Estadio de la Ceramica. They are talking about the match they won 2-0 against Villarreal. Well, they are celebrating. Manchester United did the undoable yesterday as they were able to win 2-0. Ronaldo and Sancho making it happen for that particular club. Well, right now we'll be starting from volleyball, where we'll be giving you a result of that. But before we start, we have to introduce our guest in the studio. We'll be talking about a lot of sporting activities, talking about Nonso Rinzechi. Good to have you.
It's always nice to be here. Great time. It's a little better time talking sport than now, you know. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Good one. Now let's start with volleyball. It's ongoing over there at the MK Abiola Stadium, talking about the day 4 results of the National Division 1 League. That's phase 2. Now the result for you there, where Ole Spikers for your state, they actually did well, but it was not enough as they lost against Caliphate Spikers of Sokoto 1-3 to 2025, and you have 29-25. ABM of Katsina, they tried their best also as they try to see how they can win that particular game. Well, good one as they actually lost to Spartans VC, that is volleyball club. Spartans are bearing the name, using it to work against that team ABM. They won there. Wiki Spikers of Bauchi against Kwara United Volleyball Club ended in favor of Wiki Spikers as they won 25-16, 19-25 in that particular encounter. Those are the results from the day 4 result of the volleyball competition taking place at the Moshood Abiola Stadium here in Abuja. Now, looking at this, a lot of clubs, Wiki Spikers, they were able to do well, winning their match against Kwara United volleyball, and you also have Caliphate team doing well in that particular encounter. But the main thing right now, the joy of it is that a lot of Nigerian volleyballers, they are happy that they have this particular opportunity to showcase their skills.
It's been a long time. We've been clamoring for events like these. Don't forget the Super 8 basketball championship just ended a few while ago. That's been a long time since the basketballers did have that time on the court. There's been issues for the past 3-4 years on the leadership of the MBBF, and then finally they got to get a tournament like that. I'm same with volleyball as well. I've seen that as well with handball as well, with the Prudent handball competition. So it is a massive one for the volleyballers. Like for me, it's more importantly because they're getting much game time. Clubs right now can easily get activities. It's been a while we see such activities like this. Yes, we get this pattern, the household names doing well, like also we saw in basketball with the Rivers Hoopers. But the truth is this: it goes beyond what we're seeing in the Moshood Abiola Stadium. It goes beyond that. It's more or less getting sportsmen doing what they want to do. We can't be having so many talents and not. Look at, we complain at part that we don't have the young athlete talents coming up the reins, young talent joining up with the big guns. We look at our sport. There's been an issue of handing of the baton. So I'm happy seeing this event like this. New stars will emerge, new talent will emerge, and hopefully, who says we can pick? Don't forget, if it's a matter of the MBF, the list listed by the MBF for the qualifiers, 5 players made it from that Super 8 tournament. So who says more of these players can make it to the national team in the volleyball competition? So I'm happy with the events happening at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. For as a journalist, getting to see more sporting events happening in Abuja, it's a joy to behold. But more especially, I'm happy for the young lads, the volleyballers, getting themselves much game time as required.
And the fact that the volleyballers are right now still playing over there at the MK Abiola Stadium. For who will win this year National Division 1 Phase 2? Well, it's been ongoing and we just brought the result to you for day 4 there. Now, let's digress away from volleyball. At least the volleyballers, the basketballers, handballers, they have the joy to always celebrate the fact they have a platform to compete. Now, let's talk about the big one. Yes, everyone knows about the result already. Everyone knows about that Manchester United. They were able to win away at the Estadio de la Ceramica, where the silence in Nigerian Samuel Chukwueze, it was nowhere to be found. As Man United came from the fact that yes, Michael Carrick has taken over, and for now, what do they need to do? They want to win it for someone, and they did convincingly 2-0. Now let's look at the result of the Uefa Champions League yesterday as it went down, where from Group E we have Dynamo Kiev losing at home against Bayern Munich. Lewandowski, being the man he is, he was able to do well, and also Coleman making it another goal there. Barcelona against Benfica. Let's look at it this way, one by one. Dynamo Kiev against Bayern Munich. It was a good one for Bayern to have won, although they've qualified, but for their pride, they did well.
It was a one-way traffic. I was not scared, neither were the Bayern Munich fans scared. Don't forget, they've won 5 games in 5, 100% record kept. Robert Lewandowski has scored in 7 straight games. Right now in the Champions League, the guy is scoring goals reckless abandon. Don't forget, last year he hit 41, and he want to go one step further this year as well. We never, at some point, I don't think they were bothered. The first 20 minutes they had scored already. Robert Lewandowski, what a belter, a superb overhead kick past the goalkeeper. That tells you the quality they've got in this young man. Don't forget, they're missing the status of 4 players. No thanks to COVID-19. Joshua Kimmich was missing. Eric Maxic, I think they didn't play the game because he had contact with someone who's got COVID-19. Masiala, the Nigerian German international right now, also was missing because he was in contact with someone who got the COVID-19 as well. But no, I look at the bench of Bayern Munich, 6 players, all rookies, but no problem because they've got quality. Kingsley Coman on the day also scoring in that encounter, but it was a one-way traffic. There was no doubt about that game.
Now let's look at Barcelona. Looking at what happened, Xavi at least was able to instill that they were able to hold draw. They didn't lose.
I feel sorry for Barcelona fans because, like I said, it's going to get worse to get better. And why do I say so? It's a work in progress. You can't paper the cracks in seconds. It will take time, you know. They may not even make it to the Champions League knockout stage this season for the first time in a very long time. They're second on the table, yes, now, and they are condemned to beat Bayern Munich. Can they beat Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena with the way they're playing? The answer for me is a capital no. But the good thing for them is that Bayern Munich has qualified. They may play rookies. They may play a lesser team against Barcelona, but Barcelona they have to get a point from that game to qualify. It's going to be a tough one for Barcelona, but I think Benfica will go through because I think they'll get the champion of Dynamo Kiev at home. And Bayern Munich, we all know that they want to keep that 100% record. They'll be the first team in a very long while to go the whole match, the whole group stage games with a victory. Barcelona has got a tough game, I tell you. A tough game on their hand on final day, but I feel that point will look more like a loss for Barcelona because they knew they needed to win that game at least to ensure that they get passage to the next round.
Good one there. Now let's look at other results. As you just took Group A, now let's continue with the other result that happened at the Uefa Champions League. And now looking at, we've taken this, Dynamo Kiev, we've taken this. Now Villarreal against Manchester United. Good one for Ronaldo and Sancho. Young boys of Sweden, 3-3 against Atlanta, Zapata, Palomino and Muriel, while Sierro and Hefty, they were able to do that. Still talking about the result in the UEFA Champions League. We have other matches that was played in the UEFA Champions League. Well, talking about Lille, peeped Red Bull Salzburg of Austria by a lone goal, while Sevilla did well, defeating Wolfsburg 2-0 as they won at the Ramon Sanchez Buyan there. Chelsea, it was 1-2-3-4 against Juventus. Unbelievable. Chalobah, James Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner, while Malmo against Zenit ended 1-0 draw there. Well, it's a big one, a very big one. Looking at all these results quickly, the biggest one for you yesterday.
I think it will be the win for Manchester United. They needed that win. They were condemned to win that game. A draw in that game would have handed Villarreal a lifeline to top the group. Now they're qualified. Both Villarreal can still qualify, but if they had lost that game, I felt Man United would have stuttered and they would have fallen. Don't forget, they've been struggling. They fired the manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Makakari came into the team. He tried to jig the team. He tried to change the team, which I think he's done so far so good. But I'm still not convinced. I feel the manager was thrown under the bus. You don't fire the manager and leave the backroom staff. What are you trying to say? They were there with the manager for so long a time. So if the manager had failed, then they had to have failed.
All of them should have gone.
Exactly. It had been a sweep out. But they left Carrick. The coach didn't change much. Almost similar lineup Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have played. But the good thing is that, like I said, I keep saying this, a game where your goalkeeper, talking about David De Gea, is the man of the match. There's an issue. When the goalkeeper keeps making save after save, it would have been as high as 4-5 in the first time. Villarreal were clinical. But De Gea stood tall, he's too strong, and he saved Man United when he needed to. Ronaldo happened again. Never convincing, but this is one thing when you have quality players in your team. When you have Ronaldo, just a stroke of brilliance can save you from the clutch of death. Same with Sancho. First goal, he now looks officially like a Man United player. His best game for the club, in my opinion.
He had a very good night yesterday.
Exactly. And Man United will move match on. Has there still issue in the club? Yes. Has Carrick papered the cracks? Yes. But is there still cracks in the wall? Yes. And the big question is, can Carrick be the man? I don't think so. So I think there's still, for me right now, I listened to Carrick and he said it was Ole. He said the fact that the team grinded out a victory. That's why they're being low in confidence. That's why they're struggling with form. It's a good one for me. 3 points is 3 points. They're through to the next round. They would rebuild. We'll see what next for Man United. But I tell you, Man United watching their every Man United fans now, any Man United fan watching their game right now would watch. I think watching Man United right now is excruciating, if you ask me.
It's very painful. Manchester United had to go through all of it. But the main thing right now they did yesterday was that they were able to silence Villarreal at the Ceramica Estadio. Good one for them. Good one for the entire team. Despite the fact that they have a lot of crack, they are trying to mold it up. Now let's look at the table as it stands. The table of all the Group E, F, G, H in the Champions League. As you have it for you quickly, Bayern Munich, yes, they made it 15 points, and you have Barcelona 7 points, Benfica 5, Dynamo Kiev 1. I'm talking about Group E now. Let's go to the other group quickly. Manchester United, against all odds now, they are standing 12 with 10 points. Villarreal 7. Atalanta, the team from Italy, 6 points. Young Boys with 4. Is getting open every day. And still talking about the remaining tables now. Lille, defending champion over there in French League 1. Salzburg 8-7, Sevilla 6, and Wolfsburg 5. This is a very, very dicey group. Chelsea, Juventus, both teams are actually, they've qualified. Nobody can stop them. 12 points apiece. Despite that loss to Juventus, Zenit St. Petersburg 4 points, and Malmo are actually just having a point. That's how it went down. Looking at,
I think for Malmo, it's more or less experience for them. They've not been there for some time now. More especially, I'm more concerned about our own player, Innocent Bonke.
At least it was experience for him to experience Champions League
football. So it's a good one for Malmo. They would live to fight another day for them. But for Chelsea, can any team stop the rider? That's a big question. They're unstoppable. They're unplayable. 4 goals, cruising, coasting, out of this world.
Now you look at Juventus. Yeah, despite the fact that both of them qualified, what happened to Juventus yesterday?
I think they capitulated under pressure. They've got issues with injuries. 6 players were out. Allegri is still rebuilding. It's not the Juventus of old that had the big players. I look at the squad, the more or less young players who are trying to make a name for themselves. Manuel Lucatelli, Moise Kean. It's a work in progress. Juventus would look at it as a purple patch. It would dust the same and move on.
There was this particular story that came out looking from the angle of Morata trying to have his own pound of flesh against Chelsea.
He did almost score in that game. That beautiful save there from Thiago Silva. That guy is getting younger every other day. It's like old wine. They say it gets better with age. That 36 is playing at this level. The man we thought, okay, was done and dusted with, his football is over, he should pack his bag and return to Brazil. But the guy every day keeps improving. I think he will get a contract extension with Chelsea. He's going to be on our faces for the next 1 year.
Silva has been fantastic.
Fantastic for him. And come on. I'm a big fan of the young man. Is he young? He plays like a young man. He plays like he's 25.
Because of he's very fit.
See, you have to take care of your body. Let's say a few players that can play the distance. Abramovich is 40 and is still going strong. Ronaldo is 36 as well, going strong. See, you have, as a footballer, you need to watch. It's not every player has got that gift to watch over their body, what they eat, how they train. And if you look at Thiago Silva, you know he's an epitome of hard work. He puts his hands together and he gives 150% every day of the week. He wouldn't play you every game. But every time he steps on the pitch of play to play, he bring that aura of experience, that aura of confidence. And the way he marshaled that defense with like the young lads of like Chalobah, who scored his first Champions League goal of his career.
And he was so
he
happy.
made those boys look so good, and that's what to me is the captain that's not wearing the armband, because he leads the team from the back. And come on, this is the best defensive unit in European football. If they can keep scoring goals the way they are scoring and shutting up the back, boy, they will be unplayable. They could go distance again and win the Champions League. Who says they can't?
Chelsea, well, even though Lionel Messi is stepping Liverpool, it can't happen. According to Nonso Arinze, has actually meant that Chelsea can also shock everyone because they are really doing so well right now. Who can stop them? Except maybe the Blues themselves. Now, we've been talking about Uefa Champions League result that happened yesterday. Now, let's look at the fixtures for today. A lot of matches will be coming up in the fixtures for today. Let's quickly look at those fixtures. Manchester City against PSG will be a big one that everyone will see. Liverpool against FC Porto. Maybe we should make it 2-2 because of our time.
Yeah.
Man City, PSG, Liverpool, Porto.
I want to look at it from this point of view where two enemies would have to share. We're talking about Sergio Ramos and Messi. They
have to share now.
Pitch together, yeah. And for the first time, Ramos is back. He's training, he's fit, according to reports, and he could be playing tonight. Big game. It's the El Clasico, if you ask me. Both teams have got money to spend, and both teams have spent wisely, in my opinion. Man City are playing a brand of football that's enticing. PSG are winning games, not playing as exquisitely.
But they are winning.
Exactly. So I want to see how these three players will gel. Messi, Neymar, Kylian Mbappe. these guys hurt them the last time they played at the Parc des Princes in France. So Man City would want to take their own pound of flesh as well. But it's going to be a tough game. I think that's the biggest game of the night. Both managers, quality manager Mauricio Pochettino, who is always touted of going to Man United, and then Pep Guardiola, who I think is the best manager in the world. Take that to the bank every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Tough game, the biggest game of the bunch. But like I said, both teams will qualify. We all know. Now it's a match of who tops the group and who leads.
So
the
what
group.
do you see as in Manchester City against PSG tonight? Do you see a winning for Manchester City?
I don't think so. See, and Paris Saint-Germain may not be playing well against the Leicester team. When they meet the big boys, they tend to give it a blow. Against Man City in the first leg, they were efficient and effective. Man City had the possession, Man City created the chances, but when Man City got the ball, he was unplayable. I don't see how this Manchester City can keep Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar quiet for the whole of 90.
Liverpool, Porto.
Yeah, I think Liverpool should get through this one. They are already through already.
Yes, at least for the pride. Do you think Porto will agree?
Porto will play with all they've got. They want to qualify for the next round of the Champions League. But I wouldn't mind if Jurgen Klopp plays the rookies, the kids.
Just to at least give them a chance.
To give the bigger boys, the Neymar, don't forget they're having injury issues as well. Keep the bigger boys to rest and recuperate for the weekend. They've got the Premier League game at the weekend. But playing at the Anfield, you want to win games. You just want to win games. But I don't think Jurgen Klopp would try to resist the urge of resting players, because right now he's through to the next round. He would surely top the group. And come on.
There's no point overstressing the bigger players.
Exactly.
Now, still continue on the matches for today in the UEFA Champions League. Besiktas of Turkey, they will be playing against Ajax. Inter Milan at home against Shakhtar Donetsk. Talking about the matches that will be coming up, you have Club Brugge of Belgium against RB Leipzig. Atletico Madrid against AC Milan, another big one there. Sporting against Dortmund, and Tiraspol that will be playing against Real Madrid. I think Atletico, AC Milan.
It's another big game. Like see in the Liverpool group, both of them are fighting for a place in the next round. They know for them to get a chance to they need to win that game, and pray that Liverpool plays the Manes, the Salahs to beat Porto. So it's still in their hands. I love that group. It's too wide open. Apart from Liverpool, any other team can still qualify. But the game I want to look at specifically is that Sheriff game. They started like a house on fire. They won the first two games in the group. They defeated Madrid. And nobody said, oh, this is the Giant club. Right now, the Giants are killing the Sheriff.
So Sheriff Tiraspol, as it is right now, I expect Real Madrid to go all the way today and at least.
I think they should win. Madrid should have enough to get past this team. It may not be as pretty as we expected, because, like I said, whenever they play at home, this Sheriff United team, they give the team a go. I think they have nothing to lose, so they will come at Madrid. They will play their style of play. They'll try to force Madrid into errors, but when you have a player like Vinicius Junior on top form, a player like Karim Benzema on top form, a player like Luka Modric, who's playing the best ball of his life, even though he's 36 right now, he'll be captaining his team to the World Cup at the age of 37. You've got a Cruz, you've got Casemiro, I think Madrid's issues is at the back line, but from the midfield attack, it's impeccable. It's exquisite, Watching them play, the way they play, they play heavenly football, if you ask me. And I feel sorry for Sheriff. It could get worse. It could get bad for them.
What if Sheriff decides to turn the table?
No, they could, like I said, they've got nothing to lose. Even at 1-0, 2-0, they wouldn't change the way they play, because, like I said, they won their first two games and lost their next two games. So they've got a chance to qualify. Mathematically, but against Madrid, it's not the same if you lose to Madrid. Come on, these are the Galacticos. They won each other for 13 times, and they will know going to that game. Like I said, they will come with confidence, but if they get beaten, there's some games you will get beaten. Like, oh, they were the better side.
Okay, talking about the UEFA Champions League matches that will be coming up tonight in the UEFA League there. Well, good one. Nonso Arizeja has been talking about all the analysis there. Let's quickly look at another match will be coming up, but though this time around on Europa Cup. Europa Cup between Spartak Moscow, that team that have a Nigerian Moses Victor against Napoli. Although Victor Osimhen will be missing, so painful due to fracture on his face, and hopefully we pray that he recuperates well. He won't be featuring for the next 3 months. He's going to be out. But can Napoli hold their own against Spartak Moscow over there in Russia?
They can, but Victor Osimhen will be a big miss, a massive. Don't forget, the first leg was a draw. Despite Victor Osimhen was their go-to man for their creating chances. Victor Moses is a quality player. He's proved that with Spartak Moscow. For once I asked myself why did he retire too early? Because the boy, he's playing like he's 25, He's creating chances, he's scoring goals. He plays at the wing position where we're having a lot of issues right now with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, with Victor Moses, who I think is clutching on straws. What a player Victor Moses is. It's going to be a tough game.
It's me. A lot of Nigerians would prefer even Moses coming back than
exactly, than even Igalo, because he's quite young. But it is what it is.
That's what he wants.
It is what it is, yeah. But Victor Moses would... For Victor Osimhen, it's a big blow to Nigeria ahead of the AFCON. He would miss the AFCON, big blow to Napoli as well. He's been a goal scorer for them. He's scored 8 goals, 4 goals in the league, 4 goals in the Europa League, Europa Cup. It's going to be a big miss for Napoli, but they would have to live on. They've got the likes of Dries Mertens, Lorenzo Insigne, they've got Patagna, and they've got good players who can step up for Victor Osimhen. It's going to be a tough game. The last game ended in a draw. And Napoli knows if they should be heading to the next round of the Europa League, which should be their priority right now, because they're doing so well in the league. They just won 8, drawn 2,
at
and
least
lost
top
1.
in the league.
Exactly. So they need to focus on the Europa League. If they don't get something from this game, then they should kiss the Europa League goodbye.
Talking about Napoli against Spartak Moscow, Nigerian Victor Moses will be on some hopefully today.
He will be in action.
Yes, we want him to score at least, and then let his team win. When always celebrate our own Nigerian brothers.
Yeah.
Well, Victor Moses retired so early in the Super Eagles, just like Nico Rosberg did in the Formula One. Well, you have your own priorities. That is talking about Victor Moses of Spartak Moscow. Which are the team of the best? Now we talk about this particular story that came out just yesterday. A particular man, Ernesto Valverde, right now being contacted by Manchester United to take over as interim manager, while they will be pursuing Pochettino, Mauricio later. But right now, a lot of people that are not too happy with what Valverde did with Barcelona, while he was also with Espanyol, not forgetting Atletico Bilbao. Looking at the antecedent of this man is not something a lot of Barcelona, Manchester United fans are not too happy looking at what he did in Barcelona, because to some extent, some are not happy with this part of the style of football. But some are also saying, let him come and stabilize the team before Pochettino comes.
He is a man. I look at this. Is he better than Carrico? Yes. Is he better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Yes, he is. Is he better than any other interim coach that have been touted? Oh, yes, he is. This man has managed with Barcelona. We won the cup, won the Super Cup as well. The Copa del Rey, like it's called there in Spain. He's managed the likes of Valencia, Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao. And he plays the brand of football that is enticing to. He plays good football. Attacking football with the mix of possession base, holding of the ball, creating chances. And I don't mind that I need. They've got quality players at this squad. I was for one thought that the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they had no replacement for him immediately. Why then have an interim coach for 2 games, the club Mikel Carrick, and then an interim coach at the end of the season? If you know you don't have a plan to get a permanent coach right now, why sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Why not leave him to the end of the season? But they have done that. They've let him go because of a poor run of form. But still, if you want to get an interim coach who's got quality, who's going to Mr. Fix it all, want to get a permanent, he's the man. You see, his CV talks about success. Man United want to win the Champions League, whether it's an interim coach or not. They want to compete and make it to the top of the Champions League, whether it's an interim coach or not. And who's better than Ernesto Valverde? I've looked at the other coaches who have been touted to be the interim coaches, and he's far ahead of all of them. I know the Premier League, the club Man United may not be too happy because he's Spaniard. He's new to the
system, although he can speak English anyway.
Very good.
So communication is good.
Yeah, he can communicate very well, but he's new to the Premier League. He's coached in the Spanish La Liga. He's coached in Turkey as well. But let's say, to me, I think his antecedents tells of a good manager coming to the club. But my fans may bear to differ. But like I said, if it's for an interim base, a man who will come and steady the ship for the main man to come take over the reins, he's the man.
Although we're talking about stabilizing Manchester United, that's why they are looking at touting this man, talking about Ernesto Valverde to take over as interim manager, pending the time they were able to get the signature of Mauricio Pochettino from PSG. Although yesterday he said that he's very happy over there as PSG. We don't know what's happening. They always want to cover it up. Meanwhile, Zinedine Zidane could be the one to command the team called PSG. As it is, it's still very dicey. But for Ernesto Valverde, if he can't get it done as interim manager, hopefully he can actually think at that particular club to success. We've been in the studio with the man that has been talking non-so, Arinzechi. Good one having you on the show.
It's great to be here. Hopefully I'll be here very anytime soon.
Okay, good one there. We've been talking sport on 360 Sport, where we always give you details in the world of that juicy way of life. That is sport. That is very good for business and also for fitness. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.